What's up, beauties? Today we're going to be making a little minimal tech house. Just a little under 7 minutes mix and master. Yeah, let's get right into it, boys. So first off, we're going to want to grab a kick. And we want something that slaps but not too hard, you know? Just like a light tap on the shoulder. Something like this is perfect. Now we're just going to take this, grab these two, add another audio channel, and then just go ahead and paste that. Now we're just going to double this up and put it on every beat, so 4 on the floor. We're going to grab an EQ8. Throw a low cut filter. And then group these two audio channels. Once we have these grouped, we're going to throw another EQ8 on it. Low cut filter just right before that peak. So now let's get the kick, or not the kick, I mean the clap. So something like this. And then that's just going to go on every second and fourth beat. We're just going to shorten this a little bit just by dragging this. And then automating that volume. And then duplicate this, duplicate it twice, pan this one to the left, pan this one to the right, click here, go down to the pitch, pitch this one up 1 semitone, and then this one down 1 semitone, and then just group all these together. And then next is the hi-hats, so something like this, just something real snappy. And then that's just going to go on every upbeat. And then adjust the volume as needed. And then grab an EQ8. Low cut filter. Alright, now let's work on that bass line. So let's see what we got. Something like this is perfect. Just a sub that's real fat but doesn't have too much character. And then as far as the bass line pattern goes, we're just going to do something that's offbeat. I do like my funky bass lines. And then, as you can see, we only did one note. It's more about the rhythm rather than the actual notes that you play. And then we're just going to add a little bit of swing to this, so go over to grooves. I like a pretty big swing, but it's really personal preference. Drag this down here. Like the way that's sounding. Then we're going to grab kickstart and just side chain this. And then if you don't have kickstart, you are able to do this with a compressor, but I'm just not really going to go into that too much today. Click audio up here. We're going to do the free punch, grab the band, set it to 120 Hertz, and then make sure you come down here to the audio and select kick. So now we got some side chain on that. And then we're just going to duplicate this 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Or I mean 2 times. And then we'll duplicate it 1 more time, but we are going to change the bass. So instead of this kind of short pattern, just to wrap out this bass a little bit more, we're simply going to extend this first, delete this one, extend this second, delete this one. So now it just kind of adds a cap onto that pattern. Now it's time to just EQ this bass, so low cut filter, and then just drag that right before the peak of the bass. Then we're going to grab a low extender, put that here, make sure you have a long attack, short release, drop that threshold, make sure it doesn't go over 5. And then lastly, we're going to grab a bass mono. And that's it for the bass. Next, we're going to duplicate this bass. As you can see, that is not ideal, so what we're going to do is just change this bass noise. We're simply just going to go through these patterns and just kind of shorten them up a little bit, alter them. And then, just since we have a lot of bass frequencies going on, we're just going to bring this low cut filter a little higher on this one. And just bring this up a little higher. So as you can see, it just adds a lot more texture to our bass. So next, we're going to grab a shaker. Something like this will work. Double click on it. Go over here to transients. Put this on this, and then simply drag this down. Adjust the volume as needed. Then go over to audio effects and look up auto pan. Take this, just increase that amount. Next, grab a EQ8, put a low cut filter. Alright, next step. Oh, also I forgot to, I'm just now realizing that I forgot to crank the BPM up. So set that to around 128. But yeah, anywhere in the 120 to 132 range works for this. So now I'll just play that with the sped up BPM. Yeah, so as you can see, that made it a lot better. Next, we're just going to look for a lead using splice. Cool, so I like that. So we're going to grab this. Come back to your song, simply just drag it in. And already that sounds pretty good. So we're just going to grab a kickstart. Throw that on here, set it to audio. This one we don't need to set the band, but I am going to set it to the sub bass chain. And then add it to the kick. Throw an EQ8 on it. Drag this. Now that we have this, we're just going to mess with the arrangement a little bit. So grab this top bass. Paste it here. Here. We're just going to paste it actually all the way up to the drop. And then grab another EQ8, put it on here, and this time we're going to put a pretty aggressive low cut filter. So as you can see, not much bass frequencies coming through. Go to device on in the automation menu. Drag it to off. And then we're going to do the same thing with the kick. And we're going to start this one at the 9. So EQ 8. Boom. Pretty aggressive low cut filter. Go to automation. Device on. Now it's off for that drop. And now let's find some vocals just to wrap this up.
Get ready for the matching. It's a matching. It's a matching.
Cool, so I'm liking those ones. Same thing as before, just drag them in.
Get ready for the matching.
Low cut filter.
Get ready for the matching.
And then next we're going to add a riser just to add better transition and a little bit more tension.
Matching. It's a matching. It's a matching of one. Get ready for the matching. It's a matching. It's a matching of one. Get ready for the matching. It's a matching.
Put this at the 8 bar as well. Slide it back. Boom. Adjust the volume as needed. And I'm also going to do this here. Next, you don't have to do this, but I like to do this just to add a little bit more tension. I'm going to grab Endless Smile. Great plugin if you don't have it. Come over here. Grab the intensity. Start it here. And then drag it to about 75. It's really personal preference.
Get ready for the matching. It's a matching. It's a matching of one. Get ready for the.
So that's pretty much it. Hopefully that gave you some good ideas, at least for starting your house track. As you can see, this isn't the most exciting track, yet it's a good start and a good way to just start building your tracks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you guys want more, and here's the full track.
Get ready for the matching. It's a matching. It's a matching of one. Get ready for the matching. It's a matching. It's a matching of one. Get ready for the matching. It's a matching. It's a matching of one. Get ready for the matching. It's a matching. It's a matching of one.